Y'all, has it been a minute? Because I feel like it's been a minute. Like, I feel like I have not sat down and did a talking video or like recorded really. I really haven't. I've been on the go all month, well, all last month. It's now October. All last month I did all those events. So I feel like I really have not been on YouTube like I'm supposed to with my twice a week upload. So I'm trying to get back on it. So yeah, this video today is about protective styling and how to protective style and like grow your hair while you're protective styling, because a lot of times people protective style and they ain't doing nothing to their hair, so they really ain't protecting nothing. They just really just slapping some braids in it, and if it was unhealthy, dry and moisturized when you slap them braids in it, sis, it's gonna be unhealthy, dry and unmoisturized when you take them braids out. So this video is going to be on how to properly protective style your hair so that it's growing. First and foremost, protective styles. Protective styles are like low manipulation styles where you can put them in your hair. For me, if it lasts 2 weeks, then it's a protective style to me. If it only lasts a week, that's my regular routine. I can get my curls last week, so that's not really a protective style. But if you can tuck it away for 2 weeks and not touch your hair, to me that's protective style. So like mini twists, buns, braids, obviously, faux locks, crochet braids, sew-ins. Anything that lasts longer than 2 weeks to me is a protective style. And I actually used protective styles when I was transitioning. That helped me transition my hair out. I had my stylist who was like now my best friend, my baby mama. She just had my niece. I saw that, I witnessed. Y'all, I saw that baby come into the world. I'm so traumatized. I don't even know if I want to have kids anymore. But anyway, that's besides the point. She helped me basically transition, and what our routine was for me to wear a protective style for 3 to 5 weeks, and then let my hair breathe for 1 to 2 weeks. And in the 1 to 2 week time frame, I was taking the time to actually learn how to do my hair, because a lot of times still people protective style and they transition all of that heat damage or perm or relax or whatever out of their hair, but then they're like, okay, I'm ready to wear my natural hair. It's all grown out. And they don't know what to do with it because they didn't bother trying to learn their hair in between. So if you are transitioning watching this video, or you protective style a lot watching this video, learn to do your hair in between protective styles. And honestly, what helped me was having a stylist in my pocket. So the girl who did my crochet braids and my box braids and my cornrows, my feed-in braids, she also helped me learn how to do my perm rod sets and flexi rod sets. And the reason why I always tell everybody get a stylist is because people are like, oh, my hair just can't curl, blah, blah, blah. Go to a salon, let somebody put a twist out or a rod set in your hair. They'll prove to you that your hair can curl, and then it's just a matter of, you already know in your mind your hair can do it. It's just a matter of learning how to do it, and then ask questions while you sit in the chair. But anyway, let's go ahead and get into these tips. It's really 3 steps you have to do. It's things in the steps, but it's really 3 steps on how to properly protective style your hair. The very first step to properly protective styling your hair is the prep stage. You need to make sure that you thoroughly clean your hair and your scalp, and I'm separating the 2. Your hair strands need to be clean, and your scalp. Most importantly, your scalp needs to be clean so you don't have flakes and you don't want to rush and take your hair out. But yeah, you want to prep your hair. That means washing it, washing your scalp and your hair. You want to deep condition. You want to go through, make sure you're trimming before. You can do it before or afterwards, depending on your stylist or what you're about to get done, because sometimes when you trim your hair right before you get box braids, the hairs kind of poke out of the braid. But you want to make sure you're at least trimming in between as a part of your prep process. Not every time. For me, I trim my hair with the season, so that's 4 times a year. And then you want to apply your leave-in, and you want to apply a moisturizer. Now, if you go to the salon, then obviously they're going to do those things for you. But a lot of us, including myself, I prefer to go ahead and just do it myself so I can get in and get out, because I'm already about to be sitting in that chair forever, so I just want to do it myself at home. Use the same process that you would use when you're doing your curly hairstyles. I use the lock method, which is the leave-in oil cream or leave-in cream oil or leave-in cream sealant. There's so many different ways you can mix up the lock method. So at home, what I use for this and what I'll probably continue to use was Cream of Nature's Pure Honey collection, because I went through, shampooed my hair, made sure I scrubbed my scalp really well. I deep conditioned actually with Mielle's Babasu mint conditioner, and then for my leave-in I used the Cream of Nature Pure Honey Knot Detangler, and then I used the twisting butter and just a little bit of that twisting butter, because I also went through and blow dried my own hair at home and stretched it for this style. I like to blow dry my hair before I get especially cornrows, because it just makes the cornrows so much neater. Like, it doesn't matter how good your stylist grip game is, is, it just looks so much neater when you go in there with dry stretched hair and you get your hair cornrowed. And I forgot to mention, I did go through after I had stretched my hair, put some oil on my hands and just kind of, you know, praying hands it down each section of my hair. So that's how you moisturize your hair before your protective styles. But again, if you're stretching, you only want to apply a little bit of that final product, because when you blow dry your hair, you don't want your hair to burn. So yeah, you make sure you want to prep. Another thing is, a lot of stylists that I go to use like a hair dressing, and like the professional brands like Design Essentials, Nairobi, and Influence, they have hair dressings, and what those do is they seal in the moisture that you already have on your hair, and they also make the braids look so much neater. I like when they do that. I just feel like my hair feels a lot softer when I take my braids out, and it looks a lot neater. Like I've had these in for about a week now, and you guys literally cannot see any frizz coming off of these. You can see it on these curls. It's not my hair, but yeah, there's like no hair out of place. So definitely, if you're in there and you go ahead and do your hair before, ask them, "Kay, can you slap some hair dressing on it?" And they know what hair dressing is. It's just basically like a pomade kind of feeling thing, or really thick butter or cream to go through and twist your hair or braid or cornrow, whatever you're getting done to your hair. One thing I forgot to mention was scalp treatments. Make sure you guys are treating your scalp. My favorite that I've just from years of getting braided is the Influence. They have like a rosemary, like an actual spray, and it's like an astringent. I think that's how you say that word. I don't know, but it's an astringent, so it goes through and cleans your hair and it nourishes your hair, and it just helps with like itching. So I even use it when I maintain, which is my next step. You guys, you gotta make sure you're maintaining your hair while you have your protective styles in. If you're not taking care of your hair while you're protective styling, you're not protecting anything. As far as maintaining, it's really simple. You don't need to put, first and foremost, rule number one to maintaining, do not put a bunch of stuff on your scalp. Why? Because you're not washing it when you have your braids in. So if you're just putting it on, you're just layering on a whole bunch of buildup. So don't put a bunch of stuff on there. But the three things that I like to add are, again, that Influence rosemary spray, and that's just because it cleans the hair really good. It makes my scalp feel like it can breathe. It's just like blasted open. It's tingly. I like it. I also like, again, Mielle's rosemary scalp oil, because it's super, super lightweight oil. It moisturizes without having a whole bunch of buildup. And I know we love castor oil, but castor oil is really, really thick. Like, it's really thick, and not everybody's scalp can absorb it. So yeah, it helps grow hair, but it'll make your scalp really flaky and itchy if it's not properly absorbing it. So yeah, the Influence spray, which I'll have this stuff linked in the description box too, because I'm sure I'm tearing the names all up, so you guys know what I'm talking about. But the Influence spray, the Mielle rosemary scalp oil, and then the other thing that you guys saw if you've been following me for a while, and I keep bringing it up, is that Head and Shoulders scalp leave-on dandruff treatment. That really helps with dandruff, and that's like a watery solution, so it's not oily at all. It's gonna absorb right into your hair. So those are the three things, and I don't really have a method to my madness with it. I just kind of rotate with it. Again, when I get the braids, I start off, I'm in the salon with my best friend. She has the Influence stuff, so she'll spray that on first. Then maybe the following week I'll go through and put the Mielle oil on it to moisturize, and then the week after that I might put some dandruff treatment on it to make sure that it doesn't flake up. And then, I mean, there's really no method. The following week, and say my head itches, I might put the dandruff treatment on, I might put the Influence. You kind of gotta go, but those are my three things that I put on my hair when I'm protective styling. Like if I have something like braids, I do have routines on how to properly clean your hair. I'll go ahead and link that here, how to properly clean your hair if you have protective styles in. And then I also have another video on how I maintain my box braids. When I went through, I kept those in for I think like 5 or 6 weeks, and after the 3rd week I was just ready to clean my hair. I'll go ahead and link that here as well. So there should have been one like 5 or 10 seconds ago. There'll be another one. Click those iCards on how to clean and how to maintain your hair when you have those different kinds of styles in. Some other quick tips on maintaining your hair: definitely protect it at night. Even if you have on box braids, you need to make sure you're protecting your hair at night. You need to tie a scarf around your hair, put a bonnet on, or sleep with a silk pillow, because at the end of the day, your hair is still exposed to those braids. So if you're sleeping on cotton, your hair is just rubbing. Not only is your hair not gonna last, but it can cause friction on your actual hair, because your hair, unless your stylist actually tucks your hair inside, which that's the thing now, you can tuck so that you can't see the person's real hair at all. Definitely make sure you're wearing a bonnet, using a silk pillowcase, or tying a scarf around your hair so that it's protected. You also want to make sure that you're not putting a bunch of tension on your hair too. So you want to make sure that the braider that you're going to is not braiding your hair super tight. If you're getting bumps when you get your hair braided, don't go back to that person no more. Bumps should not be happening. That's stress, that's tension, that's not healthy for your scalp. Yeah, you should not be getting those bumps. Also, you don't want to pull your edges out, so don't be wearing your hair up in buns all the time when you have box braids or super tight sew-ins and your hair is out. Don't stress your edges out. Kind of let them breathe. And then going along with the edges, try not to put edge control on your hair every single day, because again, that causes buildup. And if you are one of those people where you gotta lay your edges every single day, make sure when you wash your face at night, you're going through and rubbing some of that buildup and makeup and edge control off of your edges. Otherwise, your edges can suffocate, get dried out, and fall out. So the final part to making sure that you're protective styling properly is the takedown process. Now, as far as when to take down your hair, it's up to the person. I know people who say they leave their braids in for 2 months, 3 months. Won't be me, but if that works for you, do your thing. Personally, I wouldn't keep a protective style in for longer than 6 weeks, so a month and a half. That's just me. At that point, I feel like I need to wash my hair. I feel like it's not gonna look good anymore. It's gonna be itching. I have too much new growth. At that point, I'm taking it out. But again, you like to keep your braids in 2-3 months, girl, do your thing. I ain't telling you how to live your life. But for me personally, I ain't leaving them in for longer than 6 weeks. Now, as far as takedown, I do have a very detailed video on taking down box braids, and I use the same method for my faux locks, my braids. I'll use the same method here, so you can go ahead and click right here. But in a nutshell, if you guys are not gonna click, because most of you guys don't click, when you take down your hair, you wanna take it down in sections and detangle it in sections. A lot of time people end up having a whole bunch of shedding when they take out their hair, which is normal because your hair was tucked away and it's still shedding even though it's tucked away. So when you're detangling your hair, what you're doing is pulling all that shedding out. And if you're not properly detangling it or taking your time detangling it, that's when that matting and stuff comes. So you want to make sure that you take your hair down in sections, and you can do this on dry hair or wet hair. I normally do it on wet hair, so in that video I have in the iCard before, what I was just talking about, you'll see me do it in wet hair. The last time I got my, what did I have? I don't know what I had, but I had something recently. Did I have box braids? I don't know what I had recently, but I did have box braids. I had box braids when I went to Cuba. So I paid my friend's little sister to take my braids out, and she actually was detangling my hair in sections while it was dry, and she didn't have no issues. And when I washed it, I didn't have any issues. So you can do it on dry or wet hair depending on your preference. Another thing, stretching before you get your hair braided helps with the detangling process, because you're not dealing with a bunch of like tight curly hair. Your hair is stretched out. It's usually silky when you take your hair down. If you properly moisturize, it's gonna be soft. So take your hair down in sections so you're not dealing with a big matted mess. And you'll take your time as well when you're working in small sections. So I would recommend working in at least 4 sections, but if you have thick hair or you experience a whole bunch of matting, you can work in like 8 or however many you need to do. So yeah, that's it. I think I don't have anything else to say. If you guys want to know, because somebody's gonna say, where'd you get your hair braided and all that, you guys want to see the back, you can see the back. I'll go ahead and have that girl's information in the description box. And what are your favorite protective styles? Let me know. I think I'm gonna get faux locks soon. The reason why I'm wearing protective styles like this is because I'm about to change my hair color. So I'm letting my blue fade out, and it looks really trashy right now. It looks like a ashy, nasty, grayish, bluish. It doesn't look good, so I'm like hiding my hair right now. So stay tuned. I will be having I'm gonna do something else too. I'm about to do something drastic with my hair. So you guys stay tuned for that. Let me know what you think, what color I'm about to be too. Let's just talk in the comment section. Alright, so thank you guys so much for watching. Do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe before you leave. Bye.